So here in this video we are going to the prelims thing, and we are basically covering from from 2021 starting. So it is the first prelims question and prelim facts which we need to learn in this videos, and it is for January 4th. So just let me increase some brightness. Now basically, holy rhino. Holy rhino, it is a well preserved ice age holy rhino with many of its internal organs still intact has been recovered from permafrost in Russia's extreme northern city of Yakutia. So it's among the best preserved specimen of the ice age animal. The carcass has most of its soft tissues still intact, including part of its intestine, thick hair, and a lump of fat. Its horn was found next to it. So, mammoths, holy rhinos, ice age falls, and cave lions cubs are being discovered as the permafrost increasingly melt across vast areas of Siberia because of global warming. So scientists stated the carcass as anywhere from 20,000 to 50,000 years old. More precise dating will be possible once it is delivered to a lab of radiocarbon studies. So these are the thing. And now Pompeii excavation, it is related to history, art and culture, and it is important fact for prelims. So here it is a fast food eatery at Pompeii has been excavated, helping to reveal dishes that were popular of for the citizen of the ancient Roman city. It is the first time such a hot food drink eatery known as the Thermopolium was completely unearthed. The counter of the Thermopolium is frescoed with the figure of an undersea nymph astride a horse. It is also had images of two upside down mallards and a rooster with plumage painted in the typical vivid color known as Pompeian red. A duck bone fragment was found in one of the containers along with remains from goats, pigs, fish, and snail. At the bottom of a wine container were traced of ground fava beans, which in ancient times were added to wine for flavor and to lighten its color. Now this is banana grit. It is related to science and technology, and scientists at the CSIR, that is National Institute for Interdisciplinary Science and Technology, that is NIIST, that is Council National Institute for Interdisciplinary Science and Technology, Kerala have come up with a new project, banana grit, to granule developed from raw narena bananas. Resampling rava and broken wheat banana grit is regarded as an ideal ingredient for a healthy diet. And for making a wide range of dishes, the concept was introduced to utilize the presence of resistant starch in bananas that is reported to improve gut health. So, the dish is prepared with banana grit and its byproduct, banana power, inclined to the new focus on gut health. So, generally, consumed ripe Narendra banana also finds used in typical Kerala dishes such as avial and thoran. The granules can be used for making upma or it can be mixed with a banana powder for porridge with milk or coconut milk for use as a health drink. So developing new uses for Nandrian also supports farmers struggling against failing prices. So now Antarctic expedition. So it is related to science and technology that India launched the 14 scientific expeditions to Antarctica, marking 4 decades of the country's scientific endeavors to the southern white continent. The 14th expedition journey will be flagged off from Goa with 43 members on board. So the chartered ice class vessel MV Wesley Golovan will make this journey and will reach Antarctica in 30 days. The Indian Antarctic program has built three permanent research base stations in Antarctica named Dakshin Gangotri, Maitri and Bharti. As of now, India has two operational research stations in Antarctica named Maitri and Bharti. The National Center for Polar and Ocean Research, Goa, manages the entire Indian Antarctic program. Now, draft national science policy. It is also related to the science fact that fifth national science technology and innovation of policy, that is science technology innovation policy STIP, aims to foster, develop and nurture a robust system for evidence and stakeholder driven STI, that is scientific technology innovation planning, information, evaluation, and policy research in India. Its objective basically is to identify and address strengths and weaknesses of the Indian STI ecosystem. STI, that is scientific technology innovation ecosystem, to catalyze socio-economic development and country and also make the Indian STI ecosystem globally competitive. It will be guided by its broad vision of achieving technological self-reliance and position India among the top three scientific superpowers to attract, nurture, strengthen, and retain critical human capital through a people centric STI ecosystem. It will also double the number of full time equivalent researchers, gross domestic expenditure on R&D, and private sector contribution to the gross domestic expenditure gross domestic expenditure and okay every 5 years basically. It can also build individual and institutional excellence in STI, that is science, technology and innovation, with the aspiration to achieving the highest level of global recognition and awards. The new STIP policy revolves around the core principles of being decentralized, evidence informed, bottom up experts driven and inclusive. Also, it aims to bring up in the dynamic policy concept with a robust policy governance mechanism incorporating features such as implementation strategy, periodic review, policy evaluation, feedback and adaptation, and the most importantly, a timely exit strategy for various policy instruments.